This forecast is powered by East Coast Roofing, Siding, and Windows. Trust us with your family at home.
Good morning, everybody. It does not get any more miserable than what we are dealing with out the door right now. We've got temperatures in the 30s, maybe lower 40s, depending on where you are, with buckets and buckets of rain coming down. And I think that's going to be the case for the next couple hours. It's not going to rain all day. This heavy rain will give way to some scattered showers, but the bulk of it is right now and up until about 9 or 10 o'clock, and then things should get a little bit better. But man, it is cold. It is breezy at times. It is just gross out there, and I wish I had better news for you, but it is what it is. We can't change it. All we could do is cope with what Mother Nature has to offer us. So if you're heading out first thing in the morning, don't forget your umbrellas and your ponchos and galoshes. Does anybody say galoshes anymore? I know I do. But then again, it shows I was raised by my grandmother. I have an old school way of looking at things. Good morning, Charlene and Roseanne and Renee and April. April, good to see you at ShopRite yesterday. Thanks for stopping and saying hi. I think that's the second time I've seen you at ShopRite. Always nice seeing people in person. Good morning, Taisha. Countdown to your birthday is on. I think we've got, 17 days? Good morning, Rochelle. All the rain, yeah, I know. And we could be looking at a little bit of snow, and I'll explain why in just a second. And then we got another opportunity on Saturday, believe it or not. Good morning, Joanne and Doris and Catherine. Stay in bed day. Yeah, I agree. I wish I could stay in bed. That would be wonderful. But I have a presentation to give a little while later in the morning. Joy says, it's so dreary outside. I agree with you. But you know what? We got to be upbeat and positive and optimistic, and we will get through the day A-okay. All right? I promise you that. Let's take a look at our national days. Today is the 8th of March. 9th of March. Wow, I lied. It is National Get Over It Day. I mean, how appropriate is that? Yeah, I think we need to get over the weather that we are currently dealing with, right? It is National No Smoking Day. I love that one. National Meatball Day. I'm not a very good cook, but I do make a mean meatball. It's National Barbie Day. It's National False Teeth Day. National Crab Meat Day. Oh, I might have to have crabs for dinner. And it's Amerigo Vespucci Day. So I've got all that going on. We have this going on currently on Doppler radar, and everywhere you see the orange and the red, that's just indicative of some very heavy rainfall coming through the area. All right, let's take a live look at our In at Sugar Hill camera right now to see what's going on in our backyards. And, well, there's not a whole lot. We've got generally cloudy skies, and it is rather dull and boring and overcast, but the heavy rain hasn't really hit Mays Landing just yet. You do see those little raindrops in the water there overlooking the Great Egg Harbor River in Mays Landing. A temperature right now of 38 degrees. I'm actually warmer at my house than it is in Egg Harbor Township in Mays Landing, and Bruce just checked in. He's on the phone. He says, well, what's your temperature? 36? 36.1. All right, so 36 degrees. So clearly it is colder in areas where the rain is falling at a higher pace. And that is why I think some snow is possible. It ain't going to accumulate, okay? It's just not going to happen because these temperatures are way too warm for accumulating snow. But what can happen is above our heads at 5,000 feet, the temperature is well below freezing. So when the rain is falling heavy enough, we were actually warmer a couple hours ago in the 40s for much of the region, and that high intensity rainfall coming down is bringing colder temperatures down to the surface. So there could be some brief heavy snow isolated about the area right now. And you can see exactly where that heavier rain is. Atlantic City coming in at 38, but 43 in Philadelphia right now. We've got our developing area low pressure down to the south. Now, if we had real cold air in place, if this high was about 200 miles farther west, and this was a month ago, we'd be looking at a significant snowstorm right now. It just stinks that the timing just isn't there for you snow lovers. But let's look at this difference in temperatures. All right, so you see where it's raining heavily. 38, 39 down towards Hamilton, where you have those brighter returns on radar that's indicative of the heavier rain. And there's no rain in Philadelphia. So that explains why we are currently much warmer in Philadelphia. And warmer is just a few degrees. But no precipitation here versus areas of heavier rain here. Look, Courthouse, Dennisville, Mays Landing, Millville, all under 40 degrees right now. Ocean City under 40 degrees. At 40 in Stone Harbor, same thing in Cape May. You got some moderate bands of rain coming up into the Barnegat area, 40 in Pemberton, and a little colder, obviously, the farther north you go with the easterly wind up in Monmouth and portions of Ocean County as well. So, yeah, kids, you're going to need the ponchos and the umbrellas. Heading out the door to homeroom, you have areas of rain, a yellow light across the board on your travel. Areas of rain will continue for the foreseeable future. You got snow out over Pittsburgh and Williamsport, about 45 or so miles on the northwest side of Philadelphia. But again, this rain is so heavy, it could bring down some snowflakes from aloft. And as we zoom out, you'll see that this is an expansive system. I mean, this is rather significant. A severe weather outbreak, a tornado warning now just south of Atlanta. Tornado watch in effect for southern Georgia and northern Florida right now. But it's snow and wintry mix and rain in the northeast and mid-Atlantic. The system wraps up this afternoon. Into the evening, it's gone. And then we are looking better on your Thursday. Then we're briefly mild on Friday. I think upper 50s, around 60s possible under partly sunny skies. And of course, we are watching Saturday very, very closely right now. It could get interesting. Now, I am kind of pessimistic about it because March climatology and all, we really don't have any kind of substantial blocking. Things at the 500 millibar layer of the atmosphere have to line up a little bit better than what they're lining up as now. Because the way I see it, it's a heavy rain event. And then we could see some snow at the end. The Euro is kind of bullish with this idea of a few inches of snow trying to fall in our backyards. Frankly, I'm not all in. I don't buy it because models tend to overachieve sometimes. All right? They try to give you false hope that's not there. Snow behind a system is extremely difficult to come by. Not impossible, but I would feel better if there was an area low pressure that was coming out of, say, Virginia Beach and heading east-northeast. Instead, the storm is likely going to be coming through central Virginia, over Delmarva, and then to the east-northeast, so a little too close for any kind of substantial snow. But central Pennsylvania, New York State, it could get walloped. Now let's time it out on our GFS model. This shows you one example of what could happen. Here comes the low riding right through our area. You see these pockets of yellow and red and orange and whatnot. This is Saturday morning. This is heavy rain. We are clearly in the warm sector at that point. Now, as that Arctic air rushes in, as this low intensifies, yesterday some of our guidance had it down to like a 975 millibar low. That's intense. Your isobars get very packed together and the winds pick up. As those winds pick up, they are tapping into that fresh Arctic air that's available over the Great Lakes, and that could, if there's enough precipitation left over, allow for a transition over to some snow. All right, so that is how we are seeing the situation right now. The second part of this is much less certain than the heavy rain. And I know some of you are grabbing your phone and you're saying, well, gosh darn it, it's going to be 52 on Saturday. It's not going to snow. Well, let me explain why that thinking is wrong. We can get a high temperature of 52, as we've seen many times this season, as an example. That can come in early in the morning. That can come in at 12:01, and then in the afternoon be down into the 30s. When you're looking at that high temperature on your weather app, it literally just picks the time that the temperature is going to be at its warmest. All right? Again, that could be at midnight. That could be at 12:01. That could be 3 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't tell you what time that the colder temperature is going to come. And that is what is more important. What's that temperature look like if the precipitation is lingering behind? All right? That's the question that we need to answer. It's Wednesday. I really haven't moved the needle a whole lot on my thinking. I'm siding with scenario number 1, which is a warmer scenario, which brings that low right through Delmarva into South Jersey. Put your rain snow line well west of Philadelphia and a significant snow event through central Pennsylvania up into New England, okay? Now, if the low trends a little farther to the east, if cold air is more prevalent, then you end up in a situation where that all shifts to the southeast. But, I mean, even in that scenario, maybe a couple inches of snow, all right? We're not talking anything extreme. As it stands right now, as you are very well aware, things tend to change quite rapidly here in South Jersey and Southeast Pennsylvania and across Delmarva. So you'll want to pay very close attention, especially if you have plans on Saturday afternoon and evening, because that's the window that we would be looking at for any kind of potential wintry weather. So this is where we are right now. This is where we have areas of heavy rain. You see the oranges, the yellows, even some reds. It's possible in some isolated pockets that you get some snow. It's not going to accumulate. The system starts to wrap up with the heaviest rain. That's out of here before lunch, but we still have some scattered showers around after lunch, and then we finally kind of clear out, calm down for tonight, and then into tomorrow. We'll likely start off cloudy, but I think we'll transition over to a partly sunny look in the afternoon. So we go pretty much in one direction here. About 38 for a high. Some of you have already hit your high for the day. By 9 o'clock, already down to 35 degrees under those cloudy skies. Again, breaking by tomorrow afternoon. Winds aren't bad. You could get some gusts near 20 miles an hour. This is not a wind producer. This isn't a power outage type storm. It's just going to be a miserable day overall. At least we're not looking at any kind of severe implications here. For tonight, back down into the 20s. 29 will do it with the north wind at 4 miles an hour going into tomorrow. Clouds, some sun, an average kind of day. We'll hit 50 on the mainland, 44 at the beaches with winds out of the north-northeast. Now, this is what I'm looking forward to. This is our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, and it puts above normal temperatures right here in our viewing area, all the way out into western Pennsylvania, down into Delmarva. We'll zoom out, and you'll see that there's really no cold air available across the entire lower 48. And then the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook is looking pretty much consistent with that idea. We're talking 60s, we're talking 70s. So if this storm materializes on Saturday, if we do happen to get some snow out of it, that is likely the final time of this season that we're talking about wintry weather. Now, we can't put it to bed completely. Don't forget, we have had snow the first week of April. I remember 2016. I will never forget this as long as I live. It was on April 1st, and I was driving, and the snow just burst, and we got like 6 or 7 inches. At the time I was living in Galloway, visiting a friend in Egg Harbor City, and I remember just not being able to travel very fast. So it does happen. Okay, now I'm about to unveil something that you're going to see a lot of next week. Monday, I'm going to release all my new graphics. I have a new website coming out. And I have new graphics that are being worked on right now. I have built the first one, which is the 7-day forecast. I'm also going to be doing a 10-day forecast. And I know I'm not the biggest fan of them. The 10-day forecast is going to be exclusive for email subscribers. All right, so we'll get into those details as soon as the website is released. But are you ready for the 7-day forecast? All right, I'm going to push the button. A big change. Look at that. Ooh, so pretty to look at. So I've got us at 50 degrees on Thursday, 56 on Friday, fog to start, partly sunny in the afternoon. Now Saturday, we're looking at that rain. Look at the overnight low, 30 degrees. So if we have lingering precipitation, it's entirely possible that we see some snow, wintry mix at the end. So we're going to keep a very close eye on that. Don't forget, you turn your clocks back an hour Saturday night. Daylight saving time resumes on Sunday, 40 degrees, clear, probably on the breezy side on Sunday. And then next week, our temperatures look to return to above normal. So we are definitely excited about all of that. Now, let me take a look at any of the comments. Roads completely dry in the bubble. That makes sense. It's raining here, but just to the north of here, we have a pretty sharp cutoff line with that precipitation. April 6, 1987, snowstorm. Right, we can absolutely see snow into April. So while I think Saturday is probably the last chance, we can't completely say it's done and over with. Thank you, Mary. It's a little fancy, but I'm trying to make things as clean and fresh and easy to read for people. And I'm very excited about this rollout of new graphics and the website and all that kind of stuff. Oh, right. That's right. We spring ahead. That's what I meant. I've been through this many, many times. But yes, spring ahead, fall back. You turn your clock. I meant we're going to lose an hour of sleep. All right. Could you let us know the short? Yes, Leanne. I just spent 10 minutes talking about the entire area. This is just an example of what's coming. The shore is going to be a few degrees cooler. That's what you got to know. Once I'm done building that 7-day forecast for the shore, that will also be released. And then, when the time comes in May 1st, I always transition the main 7-day forecast that I use on air to include the mainland temperatures, and then right under that, the shore temperatures. So we will get you covered. All right, have a great day. Enjoy, stay dry, watch out for some rain and snow and whatever else is out there, and we'll get through it. Have a great one. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you can also download my app, the Nordcast Weather app, available in your Apple and Android store.